In this video, I will be sharing how I escaped being beaten to death, possibly, and how police had to escort me. Why police had to escort me. So, I will also be sharing with you all some giveaways that you all can participate in and what is the next video in the series, 30 times victorious featuring. In 2012 was an interesting, probably one of the roughest years of my life. Entirely because a lot of things happened for a very long period. But one of the things that happened was I was in school on the Form 6 at that time, and usually at that point, I'm not looking for fights and stuff. So I tried to cut off fights and all those things from around Form 3. And I don't know exactly what is the reason why these young girls did this who and I think they were in Form 3 at that time. I was in Form 6. But they took a horrible looking photo of myself during sports day and posted up on Facebook and were mocking. Now, I didn't know originally or initially, but you know, other school students again or colleagues. One of my colleagues from school messaged me and said, Michelle, you didn't see them because I'm laughing. And she was like, what are you talking about? Because I never saw nothing. I said, well, tell me what it is. So when she said me, I was like, what? Where they got this from? I said, oh, okay. Well, again, back then, Michelle would get angry pretty fast sometimes. So that's exactly what happened. I came out of Facebook immediately, started to write. I started to write, and what I was writing was nothing close to nice. It was really highly disrespectful and very obscene. Yeah, it had a lot of curse words in it and very disrespectful phrases and so forth. And about a paragraph, I came back on Facebook, I typed it out also. I tagged the three young ladies and posted it. Yeah, that went, I don't want to say viral or viralish. You know, people like drama and back and more than anything else. So yeah, it kind of spread and of course, I tagged them. I wasn't afraid to say who it is. You know, some people post something on Facebook and throw it with people I did not mention the name. I mentioned the name, saying no, it's I dealing with. Now, the words and so forth that I had in that post apparently hurt them more than what they were doing with my photo. Right? Because they took a photo of me without my permission. I was mocking and stuff. A couple days later, I think someone told me that them girls was bringing some people to beat me or something. So I went upstairs, I believe. I did went upstairs to the floor where those, I think two or all of them were there, the three younger girls. And I said to them, I said, listen, if I wanted to fight you, I would fight you. I don't fight girls, which is true. I don't have history of fighting girls normally. Any of my history in fighting is normally boys. And there's a reason why I fight boys and not girls because I'm normally on the tougher end. And also at the same time, if I hit you out really hard, I might knock you out possibly. Not only that, I don't like when girls fight, scratch and dog, rat, cat. No, don't. If you don't know about kick and cuff, you're not fighting. You, as they call it, cat fight, not me and them things. So, no. So that's why I never used to really like to fight girls in that case. I like tougher version of fighting, actual fight. So I let them know one time, I not on you all. If I wanted to fight you all, I'll come long time, right? But they are as well still hurt by the words I said, unfortunately. Um, one of them brought some family members. Now, that evening, before I walked out of school, when school dismissed, someone said, Michelle, has some people waiting outside for you. I was like, okay. So I called my mother. And the reason why I called her is because I know that woman's a woman of faith. Now, my grandmother was not well at that time, so I could not harass my grandmother. But I called my mother. I didn't know where she was, but she told me later on she was in the market. And I told her, I said, some girls came to beat me. No, because I and all, I mean, yes, I could fight, but three of them outside, three women or grown folks, and then three of them inside. 3 to 6, that might be an unfair ratio. I might be able to beat one or two, possibly. I don't even know if three would make any sense, but um, it would have been tough though. So I was like, this has to go to God right now. So my mother told me later on that evening when I called her, she was in a market. And my mother is not a person who's afraid of God. She's very bold and stuff. In the middle of the market where she was to say, Jesus save her. And God literally heard what she said. Because she was a woman. She is a woman of God. She feared God and stuff. So then I walked out, people looking at me. I had one of my technically ex-boyfriend, not really ex, something like that. He was there. Normally he would go, but he just had to sit down there to see what's going to go on. I don't know. He might not have gotten into the fight, but he might have tried to pull me out of it, possibly. But I had two of my boy cousins who were younger than me. They were standing around as well. And I don't know where my sister was, but was she around there? I can't remember. But she is not ready to fight herself. So I did not have expected her to get into anything. That's exactly why I needed to call my mother. I needed somebody in the spirit to deal with this in the spirit. Once it's dealt with in the spirit, nobody could touch it in the flesh. And that's exactly what happened. By the time I was approaching the gate, one of the young ladies started to walk up to me. Now, this particular young lady, I happen to know her. She actually went to school with me when I was in 4 or 5. So she wasn't, I don't know if she was older than me. Normally, persons within the same form are the same age. So she possibly was my age because I was around 17 at that time, or she could have been 18. I don't know. But she was the one who woke up to me, and there's a reason why she brought other people with her because she knew that Misha stuff. Misha could fight. Misha, they called me the one-man fighter. There's a reason why they call me one-man fighter because they know I could fight a man one-on-one, and literally most of the times I'm gonna win. So yeah, they knew they had to bring enough backup because they knew who they deal with, right? I know I don't look so, but looks as you see, but that's the thing, right? That's exactly why in my previous video I spoke about a young man used to bully me because he never knew my history before that, right? Normally I was not always the person who would fight to attack people. I did that once, but most of the fights that I've been in was normally to defend, right? Um, well, probably attacked twice, but most of the times was defending myself or defending others. So I never used to take advantage of use my strength and advantage of other people or whatever the case is. Yeah, so she started curse and yeah, how you tell my sister she this and she that, she ran man and boulders going all over the place. And I not saying nothing because in my head, it's like it's already me alone to you all. I not expecting much help from anybody else except God, who my mother prayed to or called out to on my behalf. And I just stand up there listening. I waiting for them to hit me because I mean you all come for me while hitting you all for, right? But because God intervened, she stood up there for almost 10, 15 minutes. I could not have lashed, not one lash. You're telling me God ain't good? You're telling me God not powerful? What you're telling me, boy? I just say, even when people say they don't believe in the Bible, that's your choice. Me, with or without the Bible, I know that God is real. With or without the Bible, I know that Jesus is real. Based on my life and the kind of things that God can be true, I know that God is real. Right? So I don't need that Bible to prove that God is real. The Bible to me is extra proof, right? But based on my life alone, my testimonies, the things that have been true, I know that God is real. Because if God wasn't real, that might have been the end of my life that day because my aunt said, one of my aunties who she have like a gift of dreams or so, and she said she dreamt either the night before, a few nights before that, it had a funeral home here. And then what happened that day is that police had to be called in because this one young lady is cursing and carrying on. And then I sat up there and nobody do nothing. And I can't even get to I had a van maxi that was waiting for me to take me home. And everybody just started watching parents, students, everything up. You know, it's like just everything stole, but God stole her, stopped them. And they still want to play bad now. So by the time I jumped in my maxi, they started to follow me home. Well, the police was wrong, so the police was also following me. That's how I got police escorting me home. By the time I was on my way home, I saw my dad was riding with another. I called him, I said, Dad, then people in that car back there that want to beat me. I said, oh, okay. I thought he wouldn't have came because at that point we wouldn't have living with him, but he did come down. and he was there waiting. By the time I dropped out, they were there and stuff. And then they were shocked to realize he was my father because one of the young ladies saw another man was of my father who looked more weak. But when they saw my father was a pretty strong, strapping man. They realized they were definitely dealing with the wrong person. But again, God already intervened. So they couldn't have done anything. And technically that matter was settled there, but the same young lady who came louding me up and stuff, um, 1 year later, when she saw me in one of those shopping, I will call it shopping areas, and she was in a car with another young man, she started to point me up and stuff. I don't know what she was telling him, so she still had me in mind. But again, through prayer and God, through Jesus Christ, God saved me that day. I could have been dead. Now, I did make up my mind because I said if they hit me because it's 6-1, and injure me, I would have definitely made sure and take out one of them with me because I wasn't going alone. Trust me, I'm just being real. I'm not going to come lying to you because I had something in my bag. It was not like a real weapon, but it was something that I use sometimes. It was like a hard plastic weapon type of thing, long and thick, that I would have used to assist me as well. Because I was like, if I had to die that day, one of you had to. But again, thank God, no, within that same year when I was 17, when that happened, is that same year that I changed my life around. But that is incident wasn't what caused me to change my life. In one of my upcoming videos, I will share with you what led me to change my life around. Now, in my next video, I will be sharing how I escaped another murder-suicide situation involving one of my ex-boyfriends.
Win big at the ES celebration, music, giveaways, and an unforgettable night. Register now for your chance to win one of these exciting prizes. One person will win TT $1,500 cell phone voucher. Another person will win a TT $500 grocery hamper. A third person will win a stylish 3-piece women's clothing set. One person will win a newborn baby hamper. And TT $200 cash for 3 lucky winners who sold